Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are the inventors of our Supreme 12, Exotic 15s, and Advanced Ambient Projection 17. We get up early in the morning to get these done. Anytime I'm up this early in the morning, I'm usually up at 6, but usually I'm up this early in the morning. It means I've had projects ahead of me that have to be finished. I have to finish off my stand for the bio container stand for that bio kind of rusted apocalypse setup to have in the next room, the gaming room. My equipment will be here soon. How you doing? My equipment will be here soon for me to start modifying my Ocular 2s. I'm going to be doing some modifications on that, and I need free time, a lot of free time to start working on that particular project right there. Just didn't like the skins that came with it. Like when I went on the site, I'm on the forum site, and they're displaying the same skins over and over again. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I got to do my own. So I got some stuff coming in there to actually do my own artwork for my own setup over here. And then we have to do today a rear black projection screen, which is the Luminous. We got a spray on application for that one today because I got to get that one out of the way, and some other projects. That's why I'm up early in the morning to get this done. So, and then on top of that, we got that acoustic. That's the acoustic 235.1 blackout clock over there. I haven't had time to really get into that yet. And that projector, I think one of the projectors is landing hopefully Friday. And then we got the 235.1 D-Sonic, which we need for that setup, which is going to be coming in very soon too. All right, so we have a white 135-inch Elite screen. We're going to see exactly the difference between his product and the white screen. And we're doing this all in a fully lit environment. Well, actually, we're going to do it lights out too. All that has to be done with lights out too. We've done this already. If you're curious to see about the demonstration on our end, we've done this already on our screen. This is why I had the 135-inch here to begin with. I'll post at the bottom our results of using half the screen. As a matter of fact, we did a demonstration on people who have dedicated theater rooms to show them that when you have a white screen or light gray screen, one of the problems you'll run into is that it's going to reflect a ton of light all around the top and around the screen. So we've been here and we've done this already, right? But we're running through the same thing we have to go through. Let me grab, what am I missing here? For some reason, I don't have to take over like you're missing something, Byrd. We got tape, we got everything here. We're going to use the Christie LWU505 for this one. This big boy runs up to the PS4. We'll use it back there. Ooh, I got a funny feeling like I'm missing something here. Something's downstairs that I forgot to grab. Nah, it'll find me later on. I like these things. These things right here are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to actually use these right here this summer to secure a screen outside without having to use the grommets. And that works, man. I can just take my screen down anytime I want. These things are great. That's why I have my screen pinned up there. All right, so let me show you how this right here is the Personal Mix there. And that's the Metallica Mix 2.0. So you can see how they look side by side. Now you see this is older. We had this for quite a few years. This one right here we just got recently. Oh, I need the containers. I need containers. I got to brand those containers. All right, there we go. Brand those containers. Now, as I said before, that anytime we display our black screens, or any form of screen we develop, we have to be able to show off the white levels. So we always start off first. In my demonstrations, when we show up our screens, we show up those white levels first. Again, other certified screens, and we move on to colors. Show you that we do have this product here. There you go. Sorry how messy the container looks. If you look at the first video, we did the unboxing. The customer who purchased the product for us, show you that both containers are exactly the same. This is his product indeed. The person who purchased the product from us contacted us and told us that there was paint leaking everywhere and that the container had cracked a hole in it right about there. It was only taped from here to here, and there was a light amount of tape around the top, so it wasn't secured too well. There were no form of fragile stickers on the package, meaning that they probably dropped something really heavy on top of it. I think it's probably like really nothing in it. You have to put those fragile on the packages. It's very important. And when you go to the post office, you have to tell them, hey, look, these are all fragile. So they know to take extra precaution when they're packing these things away. None of this was actually found. The labels or nothing were found. So I can see why the container is looking the way it does now. That's neither here nor there, but yep. All right, so this is a 2.0. All right, so let's begin. Let's grab some tape, which I know we just had tape a few minutes ago. I just brought it in here. Unless I took it right back into the other room. Which one of my worst habits, carrying things on me and traveling about the house. And let's see if I can put it back. Downstairs. Let me check the rack. Work rack. Nope, I don't know work rack. All right. Maybe let's search around. Oh, it's not even so big. I don't know how I keep losing stuff. Oh, there it is, right there. Right on top of the stack of our. So I'm going to take first things first. Let's get the controller out. Maybe put the controller in charge on how much juice we have. Let me see. Oh, good. Got enough in the juice. Good. I'm going to game today. Also want to get done early because me and the driver, we game on usual certain days, and today is our day we game. So I want to get all that done. We just downloaded a new game. I want to get into that today too also. All right. Let me see. Now we don't have to test color due to the fact that both screens do have the capability to produce high bright levels. We are going to lean towards something that the screens are not supposed to be produced, and that is contrast levels. It's not that easy, keep in mind. When we do demonstrations against our black screens, we have to display white levels. Anytime I go in that back room or in front or anywhere I'm at in front of a black screen, I'll display snowstorms, white levels, the whole 9 yards. That has to be displayed on black screens. White screens automatically have the capability to produce high bright colors. The one thing that white screens can't do well is pull contrast levels. So that's what we're testing today. All right, it's not going to be easy. We don't do easy demonstrations. Let's go over here and let's see. Let's pull up. I think I got the microphone hooked up. Star. Nope, not even close. Try it again. Starfield demonstrations. There we go. All right, so let's begin. So maybe thinking like, well, wait a minute, that's not a contrast level, it's not black. And it's nowhere near black. It has to be black. Can't be colorblind, people. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. Not that. Now you see it down? So you didn't see that first, did you? Never do. If I were to not put this in the equation, you wouldn't notice it. You would think the screen was pulling a black level. It's not pulling a black level, it's pulling a gray level. That's what it's pulling up. But you think you're seeing black. You're not seeing black. You're actually seeing gray. Shades of gray. That's all you're seeing. You won't see black. You won't see these turn gray until you see a black screen sitting in front of it. That right there was a 17 I just placed there. All right. As a matter of fact, we should have a 17 in there too. This is the acoustics. Even space anywhere. Here. There we go. So, all right, now we got a 17 there. That's a 17. Let's go to, let's see. What is this? Starfield teaser. Done that one already before. I want to see, but we have to see how this levels up to a contrast. We need contrast demonstrations. The Starfield's good, but we need contrast demonstrations. Contrast, anything contrast demonstrations. They're gonna butcher the crap out of this, and I know they are. All right. They're gonna butcher it. Idea to set your eyes correctly. Usually when we put black screens up there is to adjust your eyes so you can see exactly what you're seeing. Some people look at it and they don't see that black screen in front of it. They think automatically they're seeing contrast, a black level on a gray screen. Like, no, you're not seeing that. Put the black screen up there, now you see what you're supposed to be seeing. All right, let's go over here. We're going to pull up these colors too on top of that. First things first, let's pull up a white screen. We have to do these all the time. Anytime you see me take my technology, and no one can say, oh, you don't never test against the white screen. Yes, we do. We do it all the time. Anytime I have to display any form of certified projection screen, I have to show white levels first. It's very important. That's the most important part of the demonstration, is to show the white levels. Because on our end, it allows us to be able to see exactly which screen is going to pull a higher and a more brighter image. You have to have white levels in just about everything. You have to have contrast and everything. All right, let's go with, mind you, my projector behind me is a Christie, so it's around 5,000 lumens. Let me see. Let's go with, the color red. That same might be saying, well, the color, no, that's not red. That's not red at all. There's too much contrast in the screen. It's not enough to balance it off. That's not deep red. Deep red would be, oh, shoot. You got to put it right in there. I gotta bring that back a little bit. Oh, now the second clip. All right, so we need to. here. Take it up there. I need to bring it here. Let's see. I'm going to try to fold it out all the way over here. Which is what I need more room. All right, I'm going to have to bring this half and half. That's what I have to do. Make sure I hit my circuits on the floor. Be careful on landing that. I'm going to take this down. There we go. I'm going to do half and half of this. There we go. Ouch. I gotta be careful because I constantly hit my head on these things. I keep forgetting they're up there. All right. So let me come in. We're going to fold this halfway. All right. Fold it halfway. I guess we're going to have some forgiveness room here and then here. Fold it halfway. And then halfway to, oh, that's just peachy. Did one of the things just come off? Yes, they did. Oh, whatever. I got a couple more over there. Bring it halfway to here. There we go. Let's see if we bring it right there. We should have half of it. There we go. There we go. Sorry for the bottom of my socks are dirty. I walk in my socks all day. My brand new socks are just walking my socks. Bad habit. Mine. Walking around my socks. Here. This. And I'm going to bring it inwards. Here. I bring it all the way inwards to here. Yes, I can. Oops, I need those as well. All right, bring it up this way. There we go. Perfect. All right. That's better. So let me see what we got here. There we go. That's much better. Now we can see the red level. Go back and forth. We had someone yesterday, interesting, came in the room and started ranting about how the sample sheet wasn't big enough. And I found that what he was protesting about very interesting because keep in mind, and he felt that the demonstration was unfair and that his sample sheet wasn't big enough, then that means any demonstration that he would have done against any one of these companies that have sample sheets much smaller than the one that's being displayed, then that wouldn't have been a fair demonstration either. So keep in mind, before you start chattering along and making all kinds of suggestions that the demonstrations are unfair, think before you speak. All right, you don't want to get embarrassed. Keep in mind, this is an official lead screen sample sheet. You see the size of this? So that means if he used this in his demonstration at any given time, that means his demonstration would have been considered unfair due to the fact that the sample sheet that the other person felt was not large enough. All right, there you go. Think before you speak. And mind you, this is his sample sheet is much bigger than this right here. So I don't want to hear all that crying and whining and getting upset and all that nonsense. It's a fair demonstration. It's not a fair demonstration to you because we have too much light in the environment. That's what it is for you. And if that's your case, then that's something I wouldn't argue here. If you're going to compare yourself being equal to our technology, you should be able to produce that red level without your screen washing out. Now, if you notice, if you look at our technology, we explained this before. You see the white screen? You see that white light reflecting here and here? Look on the left side of our black screen. Nothing. Minimizes it. This is how you look on our red screen. Let's go over here and put you over here on the white surface. See how much of an improvement you have on a white screen. This is what our black technology produces next to red. And let's see how much you produce next to red, next on a white screen. Not much. Same thing will occur. You basically see an improvement here. You get a little bit of improvement due to the fact that you have to consider the fact that the screens are going to have a little gray in them, and anything that's going to have a little gray in it is going to be to produce, a slight little gray is going to produce a little bit better contrast on a white screen. But if you put that against a black screen, well, then that's what you're going to get. What projector am I using? I'm using my 505 Christie. That's what I'm using. Is there a problem with the projector? That's a 505 Christie over there. We got plenty of projectors to choose from. If you want to wonder what projectors we're using, we got plenty of them over here testing. Today we're using the 505 Christie. Shouldn't be a problem then. It should never be a problem on what projector I'm using. That should not be a problem. If there's a problem with the projector I'm using, there's a problem with the screen because my screens can run on all these projectors over here. They've been tested on all of them. So if there's a problem with the projector, then there's a problem with the screen. Just like some of these screens we have over here can't be used with ultra short throw projectors. Why would I spend $4,000 to $5,000 for a projection screen that can't be used in ultra short throw? You mean to tell me I got to spend extra money to be able to use that screen? Not good. No, it's a Christie. You got your Christie makes Sanyo projectors, but then keep in mind there's different versions of Christies. I own quite a few Christies, as you can see, and I know Christie projectors. Some of their parts are manufactured by Sanyo, but the main projector itself is a Christie projector. Now they did have some form of prototype projector that did basically have, it had some Sanyo parts in it and so forth, but no, I'm sorry. Christie projectors are Christie projectors. And like I said, I own quite a few Christies. But we're not in here to discuss projectors, and you're not going to take me off my topic. So with that being said, if you're not in here to watch the demonstration, goodbye. Keep in mind, if you come into the room trying to change the topic, it's not going to work. You'll be banned right from the channel, right from the door. We want to have a conversation about Christie projectors, please. I own nothing but Christie projectors. All right, whatever. Let's move on now. All right, let's get over here. Let's pull our blue levels up. We got to show the difference. We did this yesterday. We got to show the difference between here and here. So why don't we just put this right to the middle right here. Plenty of forum sites that you can go to, and you can have that conversation about Christie projectors. This is not a forum site. Let's go with, come out of here. Bring it over to the color blue. If you want to discuss projectors, you go over to AV forums over there. They got a couple other forum sites where you can discuss your deep passion Christie and Sanyo projectors. This is not that topic today. All right, lights on, lights off. Screen we have on the largest screen is a 12, the Supreme 12. And as you can see, it's pulling a nice, deep, solid blue. All right. Let's go over to some of these. Ooh, I like this right here. So it's pretty nice. Look at this right here. Your screen should still be able to maintain a contrast level even with the lights on. That's where ambient light rejection technology is very important. Everybody else is doing it, they should be doing it too. This is not ambient light rejection technology. People sometimes get a white screen and they'll say, well, you know, I got this 4K projector, I've got this 1080p projector. Let me explain something to you. White screens are not 4K or HD screens. They're not. If you think you're basically utilizing getting the most from your projector because you have a white screen, you have completely failed. You're not getting anything from it whatsoever. It's a 5,000 lumen Christie 1080p projector standing behind me, and they can't even pick up on a white screen. These screens right here are not pulling any form of contrast whatsoever. Like I said, you got a better chance of displaying these in the dark. Let's go over here and let's grab a I'm going to do the dark store now. We did the dark store yesterday. Okay, let's do a couple of those. We got them here too. Let's go grab some more of these. Lights on, lights off. And again with the white screen. You see how the image is completely gone? See all that white light that's pushing up on your ceiling? Look over here on the black screen. Nothing. And we got a bit of both. We have basically where we're testing his product and we're showing the white screens too, because people are asking like, okay, if you get a white screen, you hit that with a projector, you're going to reflect white light everywhere in your environment. Black screens don't have that issue. And because the screens can't pull a contrast level, let's put them here. I told you anything will make a white screen look good. But are you seeing real contrast? Can this mix pull a black level? It can't. That's the reason why it doesn't do contrast demonstrations. It can't pull contrast, so you can't mimic a contrast demonstration. Black servers can do that. Black servers can mimic black levels. Let's take the lights out. So with the lights out, you think when you look at the screen, you're thinking, okay, I'm seeing a contrast level on the screen. Let me take the camera with me. So we'll get up close. And you think you're seeing black. Put it against a black screen, and you're seeing gray. Dark 39s do this all the time. But now over here, you think you're seeing a black level. You're actually seeing gray. Take it back off of here. Put it against a black screen. Now you see gray. We have to do this all the time when we develop technology that's actually lighter than our black screens. Black silvers, platinum eclipse, all of them had to go through the same amount of testing. All right. We're gonna do a projector swap out. Matter of fact, we used the 5,000 and the 43 when we swapping out pretty soon. Yours is too dark for my taste. Then that's your personal opinion. Bye-bye. It's too dark for your taste. That's what you're saying? Yeah. Keep in mind, I guess that contrast will be having your projector is completely useless. Let's go over here and let's see if we can pull, again, star field demonstration. Because for some reason they said, oh, contrast is not important. All right, let's show where contrast is there. There you go. So if you feel that you have a gray screen and that you could pull a 100% contrast level, we're giving you the option, not the option, we're giving you the approval that you can post that below, showing your gray screen producing a contrast level that dark in a fully lit environment. See with the blue washed out here? No blue can pick up there. Oh, and by the way, for the person who made the comment, too dark for my taste, you do know that we make everything, which means I have technology downstairs that's ultra bright gray. We got technology which is a black silver that can produce high white levels. We've designed everything, which means I have technology that can produce high white levels, and I have technology that can produce contrast. Didn't think about that one before you said that, did you? Yeah. The black silvers produce very high white levels. They're great screens, but they can also maintain a contrast level. We design everything. At first, I only developed black technology. But now, I develop everything. Why not? We're going to bring up a black silver soon. I had work on that one next. Let's bring in. Ooh, excuse me. We have plenty of time. So let me show you something. This is and document. This is a gray screen we developed. And that screen is called black silver. It's got the name black silver because it can mimic a contrast level. This is before those of you want to come in here and run your mouths about how you want to say, oh, but you know, it's too dark for my taste. We develop everything. See that screen right there? See the color it is? That's laying against a black screen right now. Now watch this. Watch. Screen just turned dark. And that screen is gray. Just like downstairs when I displayed my, what screen was that? The, what's it called? The exotic blue. How do you explain the screen that's blue produces an extremely high white level and can produce contrast and color when other screens can't do it, and the surface is blue. But yet it can see red, it can see all different colors. Choose what you say. That's a live demonstration of that screen mimicking the other screen. That's a gray screen being placed in the middle of that screen. See, when we do our test demonstrations, our gray screens have to go against other gray certified screens. So what I'm showing you in this demonstration is I'm showing you a screen that's gray, laying up against a white screen with certified projection screens laying against it. Right down the side. So you have to consider the fact before you do this, take the time to understand how my technology works. Because we make stuff for everybody, whether it be gray, we have screens in different colors, we have gray screens. I got a screen right now called ultra bright gray. It's one of the lightest screens I've ever developed. And that screen can pick up an image at 22 feet back in a fully lit environment with a 130 watt lamp in the middle of the screen. Exotics can pick up images outside at 451. Black Starfield. Yeah, I got them right here. Everything's live. That's why we do our demonstrations live. See a little sample sheets landing against that screen right there? Now watch this. That is a gray screen being tested against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 certified screens. Yeah, again, you can come in here and run your mouth about a black technology. We develop everything. We are even in your backyard. We even have gray screens that can do things that your gray screens can't even begin to even do. See that contrast over that screen's pulling up? That screen's gray. That's a light gray screen. See the colors it's pulling up? Hold it for a minute. Watch this. It's called color coding technology. We can get a gray screen and see black. When all those high performance screens couldn't see black, that screen was pulling up black level, and it's gray. Just like that. So when we have customers that say, hey, the black technology may be a little too dark for me, that's what I want, we got gray technology for that. If the gray technology is not their liking, we got ultra light gray screen technology. If they enter different colors, say they want a green screen, a blue screen, a burgundy screen, we got that too. And that screen in the next room over there, the one that actually can pull an image up in a fully lit environment with a Starfield demonstration at a 190 viewing angle that can pull bright whites, that screen is actually 3 shades darker than the 12. Let me show you something right here. Told you our demonstrations are not easy to follow. See that demonstration right there me showing you? That's sun killer technology. That's the gain that we're developing, engineering our own gain. First test for that gain was not done in a fully lit environment. It was done outside in direct sunlight to show you how powerful that stuff is. At 1% done. No, you're just not on the level that we travel on. Certified screens. These are all certified screens. It takes some years, as I said before, to develop their technology. It takes us hours, and it takes us 20 minutes at the most. Top screens we have are 20 minutes that we're developing, 20 minutes. So that contrast level right there, that black contrast level, that's a gray screen pulling that off. So, you know, I said, before you come in and say, well, you know, hey, you know, it's not, I understand what you're saying. You might not like a dark gray, a black screen. Hey, we got customers that like them. Some people don't, some people do. But we also make everything, which means we cater to everybody. Means if you don't like our black screens, guess what? I got a gray screen that can outperform 11 certified screens. And we got that on tape. We have the, matter of fact, that screen right there pulled an image outside. 13 feet back. Starfield demonstration, a gray screen, pulled it. I was kind of shocked on that one because I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is going to pull. And it pulled that image, no problem. See the demonstration? These are the demonstrations I show off in my demonstration. See that? Oh, that light. My screens are designed to take in light. This is neither here nor there, but like I said, I love showing these off. Look at this. Boom. Demonstration after demonstration. Boom. Demonstration after demonstration. Look how much ambient light touches blue outside. This is blue. My screen downstairs, 126 inch. There you go. Look at that black technology. Next to black silver. before you come on here talking, go through my archives first. Because like I said, when I love it when people come on here and they say, oh, but I don't like the black screens. Then guess what? We make other screens too. We make everything. And today you'll get a chance to see a screen that's jet black and can push white light right through it. That screen is light gray. It can mimic contrast. Now, is it the same as a 12 or a 17? No, you can't compete with that because those screens are 100% true black, but it can mimic that color. It can mimic that shade. Hold on for a minute. Let me get back here a little bit. Turn on this screen. Let me show you the color of the screen. There you go. That's the color of that screen. That's the color of the screen. Black silvers are that color. And they can mimic contrast levels. Isn't that interesting? So that's why I said, not to be rude or disrespectful, but when you come on here saying it's a little too dark for me, hey, that's no problem for me because we cover everybody. Everybody. Which means if that screen is not to your liking, guess what? I can give you a screen that's a dark silver. It can pull the white level just like any other gray screen, but guess what? It can pull a contrast level that other screens can't do. And this is what you're watching in that demonstration. Best gray screen paint on the market. Not only did I display the screen's black level capabilities, but I put it against several certified gray screens. And several of the screens were darker than my screen right there. See that right there? Way darker than my screen. And my screen still produced a higher contrast. Right there, Dark Star 9 by Elite Screens. That right there is a Blade by DMP Supernova. You don't back up those demonstrations. So instead of me picking out sample sheets that are going to be the same complexion of my screen and mine, meanwhile, I'm showing you a screen in the next room being hit by a window light at the same time. Yeah, we control. When we get outside, keep in mind this summer, that'll be our next stage to start basically working on dominating. And so any white screen outside, that technology we're working on right now, designed, that black technology we're working on, designed to actually transform any white screen into a high performance, high tech screen. Yeah, it's going to have some sun killer in it. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be to outperform screens like there is no tomorrow. And the screens we're actually looking to go for it are pretty much, I like that Yardmaster. I do want to do a demonstration against Yardmaster, which we just purchased. I purchased Yardmaster. It's going to be in my backyard pretty soon. See, look at that. That's that light gray screen you saw sitting against that wall. I'm going to post this demonstration so you can go sit there and watch this demonstration. That shows you right there from the door, and I'm going to say it, God's technology. Not my technology, God's technology. That can sit right there and show you a screen that's a light gray, and I'm producing a contrast level that dark. That's that color coding technology. Meanwhile, they don't have it. So guess what? If a black screen isn't to your liking, we got great technology too. And not only is our gray technology outstanding, but we can produce contrast levels that other gray screens can't even pick up on. Not even the certifieds. That's why I laugh when y'all say, when naysayers come in, and I laugh at them when they say, oh, it's too dark, blah, blah, blah. Big deal. We got gray screens. Or you want a purple screen? I got a purple screen too. Got a purple one. Got one that's chocolate. One, matter of fact, my 235.1, that screen is actually dark mustard. Hey, right there, look. Dark Star 9. Boom. It's a Dark Star 9. Laying against my screen right there. And look how light my screen is. So before y'all talk about your gray screen paints, like I said, complete this demonstration. Take all those certified high performance sample sheets, that's my screen fellow, certified sample sheets, and basically do that demonstration. Match your demonstrations. Just like I said, we gave him permission. We gave him permission to make the exotics. We gave him permission to make the exotics. Oh, and by the way, when you said the screen's too dark for you, here, let me show you something real quick. You got to see this. This is a doozy. Let's see you mimic this demonstration right here on your gray screen. There you go. 657. Pull that image outside. This shouldn't be too hard for you to do, should it? I did it with an ultra short though too at 140 inches. That shouldn't be too hard for you to pull off. You should be able to pull that screen with no problem. Let's show you something even more interesting. We're gonna get back. We got plenty of time. I got plenty of time for testing today. Let's go with the black outdoor screen ultra short throw projector because we did on ultra short throw too. Out of curiosity, see if we can get away with it. Mind, this was a Optima GT 5600. They were designed only to do about a 100-inch screen. That's what they claimed they could only do, but they can actually do much bigger than that. If you have the right technology, you can produce a much larger image. Let's go with 180-inch screen. Let's go with the 140-inch. 140 inch. That's the image we got out of it. Optima. Let's see. Optima. GT56. Well, GT56. We had GT56 and a GT55. Yep, of course, almost the same projector. One is only off by certain limits. 600 outside. There we go. I'm the only one that has that video. No one has it. I'm not bragging, but it's true right there. There's my Optima GT 5600 outside on black technology. At 140, we got 140 inches out of it. No, Optima GT 5500. There you go. See how much light is passing past the screen? Look at that. On an ultra short throw. Outside. What about the angle gain? 190-degree viewing angle. Perfectly pulled up with no problem. There you go. There you go. Hold on for a minute. My alarm going off. See? I got demonstrations for days outside. And if you go to my channel right now, I'm actually painting a screen outside. And my intro for my channel. I paint that screen outside. A Supreme 8. I love when people do the black silvers outside. Nope, still. I haven't even picked up yet. Sun's gonna be coming out pretty soon. Black silver outside. We did the 1,000 lumens. 1,000 lumens. 13 feet back. Black silver 455 outside. $455 outside on black, silver. There's my projector. Me showing off my projector. This is the test that our screens have to go through in order to earn their labels. Every screen paint you've seen here with a label has earned their label, which means they had to sit back 13 feet. They had to produce it on a Sony projector I have over here, 1,000 lumens, and they had to produce an image outside. That's my great technology outside. So that's why, excuse me, if I don't take what you say seriously, because I have tests to back up everything that I do. See that contrast demonstration being pulled off that screen? Every test you can think of. I got videos to back it up. You can't cut corners outside. There's no way in the world you can cut any corners. There's no windows, doors, nothing protecting that screen whatsoever, not one thing. And it has to travel on 1,000 lumens. I ain't gonna use a 43 or 5,000. I used 1,000 lumens, 13 feet. That means 1,000 lumens has to travel through all that harsh lighting. And whatever is left over, that screen's gonna have to pick it up and produce an image right back at me that I can see. That means none of the colors can fade, nothing can wash out. From edge to edge, it must show a perfect image. There's God's technology right there. See right here, when I get on an angle, I should be able to look at that screen and see right into my living room. 190-degree viewing angle. I want to talk about testing. Now, what would happen if I were to take that product out there right now and do that demonstration? It's not going to survive. Look at that. See that? Starfield demonstration. Pull the Starfield demonstration. Great technology. I like gray screen you saw. Pull the Starfield demonstration outside. Only 1,000 lumens. Yeah. Next time you want to comment and make comments about, oh, it's too dark for me. Yeah, we keep in mind, we develop everything. We make everything. Oh, yes, we do. And we got a gray screen paint that can see contrast. Even pull an image outside on 1,000 lumens. And I have the videos live to back it up. Let's go with next color coding. Let's see. We'll do blue, we did red. Let's see. I need a color changer. Do red, we need a color changer right there. Let's pop the red in. I need a color changer right there. Let's see if we can get a color changer to pop up. Usually I get these to pop up, these color changers. Let me see. Motion color. One time I got one that did the go fast. Oh my goodness, it gave me a freaking seizure. All right, we have just trying to get one of those color changes to pop up. Let's go with really quick. We'll bring that up, and I'm gonna bring up real quick. Let's see. Sony contrast demonstration. And it butchered it, as always. Let's go over here and change it. And let's pull up the contrast demonstration. We need to pause this for a minute because we need to do a half and half. So we need to do half here on the white screen and half here on the other screen. Yeah, I'm gonna put that demonstration now. I'm gonna put a few of the demonstrations. We're going to put the Starfield, we're doing the silver gray technology. I'll put those demonstrations for you to check out. And we got that ultra bright downstairs, that demonstration of that screen, pulled that image 22 feet back with a 130 watt lamp in the middle. So yeah, we do gray screens also. because we kept asking over and over again for a star field demonstration on the gray screen and no one would do it. So we made our own, did the demonstration ourselves. Now, as I said before, can't pull contrast. It's the reason why I can't get a contrast demonstration now, because it won't do it can't pull contrast altogether. He has a better time trying to do that with the lights out. See how you can see the reflection off the table right there? You see the individual chairs is very dark contrast. It's nice, beautiful colors here, the green grass and the blue sky. And then over here, we'll pick up the bright colors, no problem. But it can't pull the contrast. I don't know where in the world, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't know where in the world where somebody got the idea of thinking that a gray screen is going to have the ability to pull a contrast level without code. I guess we debunked that yesterday. Because yesterday, I know that we started off with the exotic blues yesterday. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure you made a couple wise cracks about, oh, coding technology doesn't exist. You believe in it now, don't you? Put your screen against that epic blue, and that screen changed colors back and forth simultaneously, and your screen couldn't keep up to it. And that screen's blue. I think I may do me a green screen next. We'll do that demonstration with the green screen. As a matter of fact, we'll bring I got the exotic downstairs. I might get that Blaze Berry downstairs. Can be downstairs. That red screen we got. We'll put you against the red screen. Now, like I said, the product he has does work. It does, to a certain degree. Is it on our level? No. And for somebody that sits there and says, well, you know, I'm not into dark screens, again, we cover everything now. So we have gray screens, light gray screens. Hey, if you want a pink screen, I got a pink screen called Unicorn. Yeah, we cover everything. Why not? Now, would I sit here and say his product is trash? No, I wouldn't say that. I would honestly say it's not on our level. It's not. And the reason why we're putting them against a black screen, because that's what he preaches about. Black screens this and black screens that, and they're too dark and you can't see them and so and so and so. Yeah, we proved that theory yesterday. Now, see right there? Perfect example. Let me go back there for a minute. Perfect example. Some people are saying, but I just saw the image on the screen. Yeah, you saw the image. You didn't see the contrast. This is a contrast demonstration, which means the background must remain black. This is nighttime at a carnival or wherever this is at. That background has to be black. You see where this is pulling up gray, but you're not pulling off the black levels. And you see how light the blues come up? That's the color the blues are supposed to be. See? And as for those who have white screens, well, yeah, you're not getting anything at all, period. This is pretty much the best you're going to be able to do. Let's see if we can see anything on here. No, I got to turn the lights up to see that one. Would it give you improvements over a white screen? Yeah, it'll give you improvements over a white screen. It's a gray screen. Any gray screen is going to give you improvement over a white screen. And it's going to be slightly darker than a white screen. It's going to pull some form of contrast. Next to a black screen, no. I mean, keep in mind, the Epic Blue pulled the contrast level, a star field contrast level, lights on and off against a gray screen. The gray screen couldn't keep up to it. But then again, like I said, at the end of the day, I got a kitchen drawer full of certified screens. So we don't do screen paint mixes. We do certified screens. That's what that big pile of craziness down there is. All these new and latest screens that come out, we have them. I'm gonna wait till that whatchamacallit get here. I need a gray. I need a really dark gray. I need a dark gray acoustic screen, and that's what I'm hunting for right now. Somebody's got to have a dark gray acoustic screen because I need something to go against that 17. So we need to do that. Has to be done. We need that dark gray. I want to have this white and light silver, and that's not going to pass next to that thing. We need a really dark gray screen. Like I'm trying. There's one company I really would like to get a screen from called XY. Oh yes. I so badly want a screen from you guys. And the reason why is because you claim to have a black screen. Like I said, at the end of the day, if it beats us, no problem. I got no problem with that. But what I saw in the demonstrations, they stay away from a lot of potential ambient light, and their areas are controlled, which means if you're using a controlled environment, we got you automatically from the door. Because in our environment, your screen won't last. We don't use controlled lighting in here. If we go outside, now we can't go outside unless they show a demonstration of the screen being displayed outside. We can't do that. But if there's one demonstration of it showing it, we're going outside. Like I said, this summer is going to be, I'm not trying to brag here, but it's going to be a bit of a, oh man, it's like watching a steamroller go through a box of eggs. Really, because there's no such thing as any dark screens outside. Majority of all screens outside are white. And now we're developing, that stuff is going to have sun killer technology embedded in it. Some of it. They gave it the ability to be able to pull high images outside. So this is going to be interesting. So we're going to be buying a lot of inflatable screens and blow up screens and pretty much everything else we can get our hands on that we're going to be doing outside demonstrations on. We're going to recoat them, and we're going to be using low entry level projectors because I really don't want to do this whole entire thing on like 5,000. That's why I got rid of the 65. There's no point in me doing a demonstration on a 6,500 lumen projector because who the freak is going to relate to that thing? Nobody. Company's going to relate to it, but like I said, it's an expensive projector. If I could do that on a projector that is something that everybody can relate to, then that appeals to everybody. That's what we're going to have to do. So I got to do a little shopping. I don't have enough projectors in the 3028 area. I really don't. We got a few here, but not enough. And I would like to get another Casio laser projector. No. I'll skip on that one. I got jacked up the last time I used that thing. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but if you don't have that lens cap in front of it, you're done. Don't walk in front of that, you get it pretty bad. Lights coming up. We got to be on that 17 pretty soon. So that strawberries are supposed to look appetizing, bright red. Supposed to look appetizing. I said, but that's doing no. Supposed to be bright red, not faded. It looks exactly like the white screen. And the light's coming up. Pretty soon we got to go play with the 17s. You're not going to pick up anything on the white screen. Res is supposed to be red, not faded and washed out. It's supposed to be red. That's not red. That's red. All right, I want to go over it and play with the big boy, Christie's. Well, over here, let me see if they bring an improvement over here real quick. No. Could do one more. See? They make you believe that, oh, you're getting a brighter image. No, your image is faded. This is what red is supposed to look like. That's faded. See? See how it looks? That. Do it there. See up close. This is what red is right here. That is not red. See, it looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Gives you a bit of a slight improvement, that's it. But not by much at all. See? Slight improvement. Anything that's slightly darker than a white screen is going to pull up a little bit of an improvement. What you want is, you want a significant improvement. You want something that's going to show the difference by a large margin. That's what you want. See the difference between that? Look at the contrast levels. Here they're gone. Excuse me about that. Sorry about that. For Byrd right there, to apologize. See, when you do demonstrations with the lights out, you got a better chance of pulling that image. That's why a lot of the demonstrations are done in the dark and they stay far away from any form of ambient light. But with our technology there, they still can't pick up that red. If they were to do that on a white screen, they would pick up a much better image in the dark. You turn the lights on, that's going to fade. You know. Now see how you can see all the little bubbles on the screen right there? With a 5,000 lumen projector. Put this here. Let's see how much of an improvement we get. That there, that there. My big head out of the way. You have to have that black background. That's why I tell people that anytime you do an OLED demonstration or even Starfield demonstration, that's why we have to do the Starfield demonstrations, because Starfield demonstration, there's no way to escape. Like if I do a GE, LG demonstration, which I'm gonna do right now, you'll watch they'll say that's a contrast demonstration. That's not a contrast demonstration. Not by any means necessary that ever considered a contrast demonstration. You got too many colors popping off in the screen, and it camouflages the black levels. That's why it's a favor among people who basically want to sit there and show off and say, look, our screens can pull contrast too. You got too many colors going off on the screen. Perfect example right here. But what people don't notice that anytime that screen flashes black or red, you'll be able to see where that screen automatically turns gray. Because the background, even in this colorful demonstration, is supposed to come up black. And usually they'll do this with lights out. That background is always supposed to produce in black. I put it this way: his paint is an improvement for a white screen, but as for in our field, like I said before, on black tech, no, you can't. No. You can pull high white level. That's basically about it. Your colors and stuff are going to be improvement on a white screen. Yes, that it definitely can do. But you're being equal to a black screen? No. Not in any way whatsoever. Let's go over and let's pull up. I'm going to take this down. The sun right now, light's coming up, and this is where I like to open up my curtains for the screen in the back. So I can get started in there. Right side. If I'm not outside, we got 135 out there waiting right now to do that starfield demonstration outside. So it's not a bad thing yet. Like I said, it works. It probably does work. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and tell you it doesn't work. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you this, that, and the other. Now, whether I test it against the free mix he makes online, I don't know if I'm gonna do that one. Because I think that right there would be being malicious. That'd be malicious, right? The malicious act. How close does it come? And from my personal opinion, from what I've seen, I've been in the business for a long time, how close it may come to a an everyday primer, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything at all. It's just I'm not going to show you what you figure that out on your own. That's for you to figure out. That's not for me to do. You figure that out. Anything special about it? I'm not going to say anything about that either. That's for you to figure it out. Now, what I'm looking for in this demonstration, I'm looking for our image on our screen to come up as dark as the image he displayed in his demonstrations. That's what I'm looking for. I'm seeing that the 12 comes up so dark you can't see it. Matter of fact, let's get something a little bit more brighter. Go back in here. Because in your demonstrations, when you display a black screen against your light screen paint, you show this really dark, dirty image, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this dirty, dark image. Now, I expect for you to be, yeah, a little brighter than my screen. I do expect that. I expect the Seymour 81.3 to be brighter than my screen. It's a light gray screen. But I want to see this really dark image that's so dark that you can't see it. And that's what I'm looking for right now. So let's see if it matches his videos that he displays. As a matter of fact, let's pause right here on these reds over here, and let's have a look up close and see how dark my screen comes up. You see how beautiful that looks? That's how strawberries are supposed to look. You see how faded it looks on the other screen? Because it can't pull the contrast level. This is why you have to be in the dark. This is why you have to calibrate your projector. That calibrating projector nonsense, come on. You know how old calibrating projectors go back? I mean, like I said, white projection screens have been out since the silent era of movies. Calibrating projectors came around that time, not around that time with that particular movie. I'm talking around maybe about 60s or 70s, when people were still using white screens. Calibrate your projector. Your colors were awful. You were using a white projection screen. What do you think you had to do? You know what I mean? These screens right here, like I said, these right here, we never have to calibrate a projector. I've done, matter of fact, I got 2 unboxings to do. And anytime I do an unboxing, I don't change anything on projector. Take out the box, boom, done, set it up. My projector's still sitting downstairs in the factory settings. And that light's coming up. I get excited when the light comes up. Where is this dark? I'm trying to figure out where in the world is this screen. This is a 12 now. Mind you, 12 is supposed to come up so dark you can't see them. I'm trying to figure out where we have this. Why is the screen coming up so bright on our end? Let's go over here and check this computer again. I want to look at this video again, make sure we're not doing anything wrong here. Let's go over here and pop in and see what's going on here. Let's be sure. Let's be sure. I'm going to turn the screen I'm doing downstairs. It's going to be a rear projection screen using that black technology, Luminous. I'm going to turn that into a small little computer monitor. I'm using my small computer down here, which I'm not using for anything. I'm going to get me a knife. I'm trying to find myself an ultra short. I need a mini ultra short though. And the only one I saw was the Philips. Do have this Philips mini ultra short projector. I don't know where he got it from. 900 lumens, perfect for what I need. And just can't seem to track one down. I'm going to have to go through their manufacturer. Maybe they got a couple more overseas or somewhere. I don't know. I want one really bad. That'd be perfect for what I'm doing with that. All right, let's go over here and let's see if we can figure out what we might be doing wrong over here. Let's see. Let's go with let's see. All right, let me see what we got. Now we're gonna mute this voice, trying to do the voice mute on that. All right, so this right here is supposed to be our product. It's 12. See right here? At the bottom we labeled that. That's supposed to be a 12 coming up that dark. It's supposed to be a 12. So let's see. See if we got anything on here. That's supposed to be our product right there. Okay. It's supposed to be that dark coming up. Let's see what we got. Okay. Look at that right there. Even the fake black paint is better when it comes to contrast levels. He slipped that in there real quick, but I saw it already. Let me see. That's why he won't do everyday black paint versus the screen. See that contrast over that pulled up on that fake paint? See that contrast? So that's why he won't do a contrast demonstration. Oh, heck no, he can do a contrast demonstration on that light gray screen paint. If you took everyday black paint, it would basically show an improvement on contrast levels. See? This is supposed to be how dark our images come up. Interesting, isn't it? All right. Notice in that whole entire demonstration, when he tried to display the fake paint, he did not do a thorough demonstration. Didn't do any color patterns, didn't do any contrast demonstrations. You just stuck to very bright areas that would help you out the best possible way. You cut a lot of corners. You can't cut corners here. We don't cut corners here. That's why your screen's sitting up against this black screen and my screen's producing this nice big bright red while your screen is washing out against this black technology. And this is not even 4K. That's what I told him. I said, don't send me no emails. I don't want any emails on instructions or you can't use it. It's not ambient light projection. If it's not ambient light projection, if your technology is ambient light projection, stay away from screens that are. You can't handle an ambient light projection screen, stay away from it. Because it's not in your category. So where's this screen coming up dark? Because I'm not seeing it, man. Really not seeing it. Your product's not doing too well right now. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Like I said, it does what it's supposed to do, but you're going to have to be in the dark with this thing because the only way you're going to be to produce a somewhat decent image. It's supposed to be a deep green. It's not supposed to be faded. Look how deep my blues come up. For a screen that's supposed to be so dark, it's doing an extremely good job. Let's go over to, let's see. So I told you, he can pick up the white levels, not a problem. He's going to struggle with color and contrast. That's where he's going to struggle at. That's why the screen's coming up tan. See, that's why it's coming up the color. It's going to pick up on the white levels. If anything else, it's going to have that kind of tannish look to it. When you look at the rice, go back to the rice. Too far on that one. There we go. I'll go back to that right there. Now I can really get it. Well, when it showed it off, it's a split second in there. No, too fast. There we go. Got it. You can't show the individual detailed grains of rice, see? Because you have no contrast in there. Your screen's producing too high of a white level. My big hit out of the way. Now, for the person who said about, oh, but it's a Sanyo, it doesn't make a difference if it's a Sanyo, Sony, BenQ, LG, whatever it may be. It should pull up on the screen. 5,000 lumens, 1,000 lumens, it doesn't make a difference. It should pull up. So what you're saying, you have to have a particular projector in mind in order to use it with the screen paint? Yeah, that's a bunch of baloney. That's what big companies try to sell you on that. You have to have this particular form of projector in order to run this particular screen, in order to utilize these kind of colors. Yeah, that's a sales pitch for big companies do that nonsense all the time. Like I said, you can pull its white levels. Contrast is gone. It's not even there anymore. Completely gone. Now we'll run it back on this. Show you. Without the white screen. Just show you. Not picking up anything. This is why you won't do the Starfield demonstration. You can't pick up on it. White levels will pick up, that's basically about it. Now, 17 signatures have higher white levels and heavier contrast levels. Those are signatures. Which, look, it's getting nice and bright outside, so I'm going to get over to that 17 and start opening up some curtains in the back. Oh yeah, the screen looks okay when it comes to white screen, but remove that white screen out of the picture, and we put it straight against a black screen. Yeah. My personal favorite, which you know where I'm going to. We leave out of here. We got to go in the other room, the other screen. I'm going to go to that Starfield demonstration. No contest. So while you want to do the Starfield demonstration, keep in mind your projector has a 2 million to 1 contrast capability. My projector behind me only has 2,000. It's no screensaver. Now my image is supposed to come up a dirty black. Like I said, your screen will pull a higher white level than my screen. I understand that because your screen's lighter than my screen. Well, so are DMP Supernova, any of the other high-end light gray screens we go against. But my screen's not going to come up so dark that you can't see it, because you can see the individual trees and everything whatsoever, where on your screen it's pulling so high of a white level, you can't even see the detail in the trees. I have no problem with doing demonstrations with showing off white levels next to your screen. That's one of the things we do first on any form of sample sheet we test out. We always display the white levels first. Now, what I'm going to ask you is, I want to see a demonstration of a Starfield demonstration on that, 2 million to 1 something contrast in a fully lit environment. So I don't hide anything from my customers. You go to my website, it says right there under the black technology, white levels will be a tad low, but nothing that would disrupt your picture quality. And if you feel that the black screens aren't to your liking, then guess what? As I said before, we make everything. So we have silver screens, we have gray screens, we have platinum screens, we have everything. We even have different color screens, if that's what you like. Now, it'd be different if we just concentrated on all black screens, which we used to do, but no. God said, we're going to do things different this year. You're going to basically do everything, and that's what we've been doing. But I can come here and honestly show everybody in the world my technology next to yours, and I can show you white levels. Now, I would like to see contrast levels. Red screen. There you go. You can't see color. Like I said, at the end of the day, his product does work. It's just not on the level of our technology. That's all. This is how your screen sees blue from an uncalibrated. And so he's going to sit there and say, well, the projector's not calibrated. Why would I want to calibrate? Why would I have to calibrate a projector? So that's the same thing companies will tell you. Well, if your screen's not coming up correctly, you should try calibrating your projector. I'm not calibrating anything. I should be able to turn my projector on. I should be able to pick up a nice, beautiful blue instead of it washing out. Well, that's the truth. Fair demonstration. My screen versus his technology. And for those who sat there and complained yesterday about the sample sheet being too small, you see these great big giant sheets we have here sitting in the hallway? It's a 5x5 and it's another one. We did those yesterday because we had somebody come into the room and start complaining, well, the sample sheets are too small. If the sample sheets are too small, and that's an unfair demonstration, as I said before, any demonstration that he's done against a screen that was certified, that was using their official size screen, would have been unfair because it would have been much smaller than this right here. Understand? All right. There is the 17. And as I like to do with my 17s, first thing I like to do is open up my windows. The 17s are designed to take in light, or 15s can take them in too. Oh, got a beautiful day today. White screensaver. Let's check out the white levels first, as we always do. See how much brighter the white levels are on 17s, but like I said, not too bright, because if they are too bright, then we have this problem. The color red. Told you. The reason why no one can ever accuse me of not showing off my white levels, because that's the first thing I do. Because in those white levels and those demonstrations, it allows me to be able to see where the screen stands at when it comes to contrast level. And if those white levels are too high, it tells me that it can't pull the color. It can pull the white levels, it just can't pull the color. And if it can't pull the color, it's not going to be the full contrast. The color blue. So this is why we always display white first. The screen is 3 times darker than a 12. Green screen. These are actually far more advanced than the 12s are. This is the signature blackout cloth that we designed. Now we're doing bright colors. Like I said, this isn't the way to try to damage it. The person starts crying, oh, you're trying to damage my name? Yeah, you don't need to be calling that one. You really don't. It's a fair demonstration side by side. Not even using the 4K projector, not even 1080p. 720p projector, $180 projector I got off of eBay. And that is his, keep in mind we got his personal mix right here. This is the old, this is the new. This is stuff we just got. That's his metallic mix 2.0. I told you what's interesting about that. How we went out and when I first tried to get the screen paint from him, we had one that went through. And we've requested the Metallica Mix 2.0. I told you how amazing God is. It might not happen, like I said, sometimes things might not happen in a year from now, whatever, but it's going to happen one way or another. So the Metallica Mix 2.0, and he sent us the UB Mix instead. That's what he sent to us. And you didn't mess up the demonstration. Like I said, it backfired against you because we used that UB Mix to show off against our technology and against our gray screens, and our gray screens outperform that every time. You want to see the demonstrations? We have them there. We do everything live. Everything I'm talking to you about is backed up. So it couldn't pass any of the technology under our gray screens. But I tell you the interesting thing about this, how God works. The customer who ordered it did not request anything. She requested that he would use his own personal advice on what to give her. That's what she asked for. What's your personal experience? What do you suggest? Interesting that the product that we wanted to get our hands on was the Metallica Mix 2.0. Guess what was in the box? Metallica Mix 2.0. I tell people, it's interesting when you think that you're doing dirty stuff against people, and if someone's a Christian, they follow by the Lord, and you're doing dirty stuff, and even the sneaky stuff that you may try will end up backfired against you. You sent the very thing that I asked, that I wanted, the first time I placed that order with you. I paid $107 for that product, and you gave me the wrong product on purpose. Because I mentioned it in a few demonstrations of what we wanted. And you deliberately sent me that wrong product to be nasty. And turn around, you sent the product anyway. And we have it right here. See, the thing about I tell people, you can do all the dirt you want in the world. At the end of the day, when you lay your head down, God knows what you did. And he's going to correct it. And that's why I'm standing here right now, years down the line, with your product right here on my screen. For as many times as I tried to place an order and you have canceled orders and all kinds of stuff, sent me text messages, or I'm not going to give you your stuff. I'm going to keep your stuff. I'm going to keep your money. And we have it right here. If I pray and ask my Lord, and I ask my Lord that I need this and I have to have this, or I need something, Lord will make it happen. If it's in his will, or if he feels that I should have it, he would make it possible. And here it is right here. All the effort you want to keep us from getting this product, we have it right here. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, that even the Lord blessed us to get this product here. And I'm not covering him up because of some copyright. He doesn't have a copyright on this at all, period. All those checks were checked. The attorneys did all that. There's no copyrights on anything. That was done because when he shipped the paint over, the lid had cracked. I did a video demonstration on unboxing. There was paint all inside, spilled all over the place. There was enough paint there for the Lord allowed us to be able to paint that giant sample sheet out there and that other large sheet out there. Because you packaged it wrong and it cracked. You had no fragile labels on it whatsoever. And it said something heavy on it. There's dents on it. And that opened up. So even though the paint leaked, the Lord said, you know what? It's still coming your way. You're still going to have enough. Had enough to paint. Well, he watched me paint that screen. One time, dip that roller in and paint from one end to the next. Now, even I said I had to pray on this because the Lord had to direct me how to do the demonstrations. And some people are saying, oh, you're being, no, I'm being as fair can be. How much fairer can you be? Window light, ceiling light, projector, screen, 2 screens, done. How much fairer? You want me to go out and buy a P4 or whatever projector, P2, whatever? No, I'm not doing that. Why should I have to go out and spend money for a $3,000 to $4,000 projector? Why can't I do it on 180 over here? Same thing like the big companies. Why do I got to go out and spend a projector? How come I can't do it on $180 projector over here or 720p? So you're saying that the only way I can get an improvement from his screen paint is I have to go out and spend money for an expensive projector? Man, that doesn't sound like something I want to put money into. Or maybe because my windows are open behind me, that's not fair. Well, if you're going to basically put yourself in the same lane as our technology, then you should be able to travel in the same lane as our technology. It shouldn't be a problem. Now, as I said before, his product does produce. It does what it's supposed to do. But it's not on our level of technology. It just isn't. And this is what I've been requesting for you to do. And there's the star field on a 17 fully lit environment, and there's your screen. Now, if you feel that I've done you wrong in any of these demonstrations, which I have not, I've done them right by the book, you can just repeat the demonstration. Go turn on your projector, open up all your windows, blinds, the whole 9 yards, everything. You should be able to see right outside your window. Push those blinds all the way up to the top. Let's see that fully lit environment. And let's see you display a star field on your screen in a fully lit environment, because I just went there on the 12 and I displayed white levels on my screen next to yours. $4K snow. There you go. I can show you white levels with no problem. Can you show me a star field demonstration? Mind you, we do these demonstrations on certified screens all day. So it's not a problem to do a demonstration on your screen. Now, I'm going to request that star field demonstration by today. If you can give me that, please. And if you have time, I want to see it in a fully lit environment. I want to see you display dark contrast levels on that screen. My image is supposed to be so dark you can't see it, remember? And mind you, these are 17s. 17s are 3 shades darker than 12s. So where's that deep black? I don't see it. I'm doing demonstrations with black paint, and be real with people. If you're going to do them, people will trust you And they trust for you to do fair and honest demonstrations. When you do demonstrations like that, it causes people not to trust your name. Do fair demonstrations. Stop doing that, belittling people's products to make yourself look good. That's a shame. That's why the Lord made sure that paint got here, because people need to see exactly what kind of person you are. Whatever in the dark comes out in the light. LG, snowboarding demonstration. Any areas going to display contrast, the screen's not going to pick up. And again, it's no surprise to me. You know why it's no surprise? Because like I said, we got a kitchen drawer full of certified light screens. This stuff has to be tested against the screen. The screen passed 11 screens certified. All right? So it went against Seymour AV 1.3, Matinee Silver, the Cinema Gray 5D, Cinema Gray 3D. It went against the Blade. It went against all the light gray screens. Even that light pure silver made by daylight screens. Even white paper. Even that 135-inch white Elite screen. So I can come in there, I can show my customers white levels on our technology right next to your screen. And I can show them contrast. You have yet to show that Starfield demonstration. Let's go with, let me see what we got going on here. Any screen that we put up against our screen is going to be much lighter, especially like that Seymour AV 1.3. It's going to pull a higher white level. That's just given. But like I said, it's going to come at a sacrifice. They're not going to be the full color, and they definitely can't see contrast. Why do you think the environments, when they do those demonstrations, are ambient light controlled environments? That's so the image can show up better on the screen. That's why they use high-powered projectors to make up for what the screen is lacking. And even with the 5,000 lumen back there on the 12, there was a problem with your screen. This is why they have to use an ambient light controlled environment. As I said before, too much light in the environment is going to cause the screen to have some problems. But even in the dark, your screens won't be able to hold up to that black technology. It doesn't even hold up to the blue. And the blue screens are blue. They're not even, they don't fit in any category whatsoever. That's why they're called the exotics. They don't fit in any categories. Let's go with, let me see, J and K. See if we can get butchered on that one. Let's go and search J and K. I need to space this, space that, and I need to go into J and K. Should bring up, put the 4 there. J and K 4K. There we go. So we're going to start off with play around with this one. Now, like I said, if I wanted to be brutal, I would take you outside. Our screens are designed to thrive outside. You wouldn't hold up out there at all, period. So I'm not going to take you outside. Unless I find a video demonstration of you taking one of these screens outside and doing a demonstration against their stuff, then you got to go outside. Other than that, I haven't found anything yet. Can't take you outside unless you had your product outside. I keep things fair over here. Like any of these high performance sample sheets, I can't take them outside. They're not designed for outside. They're indoor screens. That's why you will never see a demonstration of me doing so. Now, if I do find they have an outdoor projection screen, well, guess what? That's going outside one of the screens. You want to put against the sun killer. It's a sunny day right now. And you already tested against one exotic. And all the exotics are the same, they can change their colors, even though the screen remains one weird color. See how the background comes up, that tannish, it's not supposed to look that way. It's because the screen can't pull contrast. It's not pulling color too well. It'll pull the white levels, but it's going to struggle when it comes to color. That's why it has that beige look to it. And if you can't pull proper contrast, it means you can't pull detail. There's no depth to your picture. Tired. These are demonstrations I do every day when I get up. I show the New York City black skyline. Windows open up behind me. Because my customers expect that when they basically use our technology, they want to use it in a fully lit environment. They do not want to turn their homes into caves at the end of the day. I can get up in the morning, hit my remote control. I've fallen asleep back here a few times. Basically, honestly, yeah. I've fallen asleep on camera a few times back there. I'm sorry about that, but I haven't been kind of tired. And usually I tell people, when people do demonstrations, they select a certain even big companies do it. They have a selection of videos they want to show off. Now, theirs are already pre-recorded, already done, already set up, so they can show off certain ones that are going to highlight the screen to make the screen look good. And with this particular individual, he also does this because he has certain select videos to make the screen look good. He can't have anything contrast come up like this on the screen, because it's going to show his screen, basically, it's going to show fault levels on the screen. And he can't have that. Where I can sit here and I can clean my house and walk around the house right now. I can leave from here, walk around the house, and anything can pop up in, which I really don't care because the screen's going to run it. And I've done that. Downstairs, I think I was sweeping out the back room or the kitchen or whatever I was sweeping around the house. And just let the screen run in a fully lit environment. It's going to run regardless. That's what it's designed to do. And this is, like I said, no way to belittle him or this, that, and the other. It's just to show, at the end of the day, we are not on the same level. We do not have the same technology at all, period. You have your customer base. I think you need to cater to them, and I think you need to be more honest to them. I have a light gray screen downstairs right now that produces very good contrast levels, but I said there many times in the video we consider it to be a mid-level screen paint because it does not produce the high contrast levels as the black screens we have downstairs, or the darker screens. And it says it right there in the description when you read it. It says that the contrast levels are fair. That's what it says. Because I'm not going to sit there and try to sell my customers something that's not true. And I do contrast demonstrations on that screen all the time. This is what your contrast levels are going to look like on the screen, just to let you know. But for those of you that are into higher, brighter, whiter colors, this is perfect for you. If you're using one of those knockoff projectors, a valve projector, one of those projectors, this is going to work for you. Like I said, it's going to pull your contrast levels, but they're going to be fair. And I've also done this demonstration against certified screens, showing the difference between that screen's capability and contrasts versus other screens like the dark Star9 screens that were much darker than that technology, as I displayed in the video, with the black silver having the ability to pull a contrast level right next to a black screen and being far lighter than a black screen, but also outperforming screens that were darker than that. That's the kind of demonstrations you have to have, upfront and honest with your customers. I'm not going to tell them that screen downstairs is going to produce a contrast level like this black screen. And I'm not going to dodge and turn the lights out here and have it darker. No, I'm not doing all that. They need to know exactly what they're buying. The fact you avoid doing any form of contrast demonstrations clearly shows your product is not full contrast. If you're honest with your customers and say, hey, look, all right, the screen paint we have here does pull bright levels and colors and so forth. It's better than what you can have on a white screen, so on and so forth. If you sort of what the contrast levels are fair, they can pull some contrast levels, but it's fair, then you're doing something honest. But then trying to come at us and try to say, hey, look, their screens come up so dark you can't even see it. You want those white, bright levels. You're not mentioning anything about contrast or anything else whatsoever. And then you're doing these black paint fake demonstrations. Don't you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to come on here, have your product, and I'm going to basically out you, like I'm doing right now. But also, like I said, I could come out here and I could trash your product and just call it all kinds of nasty names, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to do that. And at the end of the day, I have my Lord and Savior I have to answer to. So I'm telling people that, yes, it does work, but it's not on our level of our technology, and it isn't. It's just honest as honest can be. I'm not going to mix your product with anything or make it look bad. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't need you to build myself up in order to sell product. We don't need you. Right now, my goal is toward big corporations. They're big screens. That's why I have so many sample sheets of so many different high-end companies, because my main focus is toward them, not towards you. I don't need you to build me up. I have my Lord and Savior to build me up, to put me on the next level. I don't need to tear someone down to make myself look better. When I do these companies, I want to do side by sides to show who is the best. That's why I do it, because I want to show that I can be better than them and I can sell for much cheaper. It's not tearing around anyway. I never said, oh, you don't buy from Elite Screens, they're a scam, they're this, that, and blah, blah, blah. I got mad at Elite Screen because they sold me a fixed frame screen and they didn't have the tension rods in there for me to make my screen, and I had to go through this whole entire hassle to get my money back, and I didn't even want my money back. I just wanted the rods so I can pretty much finish the screen so I can paint it, do the demonstration, and it was a complete headache. And I just sat there and said on camera, well, you know what? Somebody forgot. That's all. I can't get mad at them because maybe one of the words might have forgot. He might have had a bad day. Anything could have happened. He might have just forgot to put them in there. I forget remote controls all around the house every single day. I can't even find half the stuff I put in the house to begin with. So I really can't get mad at that. I was upset it wasn't there because I needed it. But at the end of the day, you know, it happens. You know, just call the company, get the rods put in, finish the screen. And that's when the headache started. But, you know, hey, you know. In the end, I ended up with a giant white screen for demonstration test. I got my money back, and I bought that screen over there in the next room for cheap. God worked everything out. Now, would I ever buy another Elite screen? I wouldn't buy another fixed frame screen because, man, that was a nightmare going back. But as for the motorized projection screens, I don't think they're going to go wrong with messing that one up. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any problems there. I plan to get their outdoor. They got an outdoor motorized projection screen. I do like that screen they have. I will be buying one. Sorry, I'm going to have to code it because I can't use your screen that you have on there. I really have to put something. I have to put that new 12 on it.
12 speaker carbon fiber.
Now 12 is going to have a customized outdoor screen. And that's why I want their outdoor screen, because I can just leave it out there. Usually when I have motorized screens, I got to pick them up, take them off the freaking hooks, carry them back into the house. Nah, I don't want to do this. This is going to be a big screen. It's a 150-inch screen. I am not carrying this thing anywhere. And mount it up there and be done with it. So now you see me switching back and forth. I'm showing you white levels. I'm showing you color levels. I'm showing you bright, beautiful images. Back and forth. So you can see everything being displayed on my screen. Not just one mirage of beautiful colors just to make your screen look good. I'm showing everything. haven't had pancakes in so long, so long. And I'll show you my background. This is my background right there. Windows are open so you can see outside. And we have the overhead lights on. Yes, right there, nice and bright in the environment. And basically, I don't even have to do an ultra short throw test. It'll show up an ultra short throw. Where is he going to have any problems with it not showing up an ultra short throw? Usually, most screens that have problems with ultra short throw projectors are screens that have a kind of reflective surface. They have problems with ultra short throws. For some reason, with ultra short throws and that reflective surface, it just has a bit of a problem with ultra short throws. The short throws, they sometimes go dark. But unless you got that kind of weird kind of space age reflective material, that's the only way you would have a struggle with an ultra short throw. And it depends on how reflective it is. So you got to look at it that way. Depends on how reflective it is. I know a few screens that don't do well with that particular reflective material. DMP Supernova does tell you from the door. When you get these sample sheets, they'll tell you right from the door, like, look, you can't use this with an ultra short throw projector. You know, this is going to be the issue you're going to have. So they tell you front alarm will tell you if it don't work with ultra short throws, the little writings that they have at the top, it'll tell you. So we'll do some lizards in the mix. I got the Elite screen, I think, at the time because there were no other 135-inch screens. No, there wasn't. The Elite screens only had the 135. I'll tell you one thing, these screens are easy to put together. They're really easy to put together. Assembling these screens is really easy. On the other hand, a silver ticket, oh man, I don't ever want to do that one ever again. I'm sorry, silver ticket, but my goodness, man, you got to make the loopholes a little bit smaller, man. When you try to feed the tension rods through, imagine you got a screen that's a 235.1. The screen's like 14, 15 feet long. It's a big screen, right? And you're feeding a tension rod through the sleeves of the material, the PVC. The holes, when they sliding the screen through, they kept popping up and they kept going through the holes, which means I had to go back over to that section and I had to push it down and I had to feed it through. I had to go through that every time I turned around and hit a hole. I had to pop up. The holes were too big, and that means every time I went to thread it through, the rods, they kept popping up and going through the hole when they were supposed to stay in and slide right through. Oh man, I never want to do that again. Never ever want to do that again. That took me so long to put to thread that screen. But the black, not the one, the freaking Elite screens are real easy to put together. But then it's that company I found in here that right after, as soon as I brought that 135, this company popped up. I don't know where it came from. They had them at 135. They were much cheaper. They only wanted 100. I paid 180 something dollars for that screen in there. And for the Elite screen, I paid about 260, 270. And that screen was really easy to put together. Really, really easy to put together. That was a breeze. Easy McCheesy. Well, yeah, we know it's ultra short compatible if he's using an ultra short right now. Dude, I don't even know why he said that one. Half the golf course is cleaned up. They're gonna be out there golfing today. Yeah, freedom! And they dying. These people play golf in the rain. I really thought people didn't play golf in the rain, but after living out here for a while, these are some hardcore people in golf, and they play in the rain. They're not so much as they've done snow flurries. I've seen snow flurries, but they've done it in the rain a few times. And lightning storms. We had a few crazy lightning storms out there, and a few were out there still playing. Not getting that much. So let's show you right up front on skin tones. We don't skip nothing over here. Everything's done up front. And this screen, mind you, this is how I know you faked the 12s. Because this screen right here is 3 times darker than a 12. If it's 3 times darker than a 12 and it's producing that image like that, and that screen's not coming up as black as you showed in the video, yeah, that comes through you mixing some kind of black paint together and trying to portray it as ours. Now that's a darn shame right there. The effort that you had to go through. And to put that much energy into something that negative, that's sad. That is really sad. They've been doing something positive with that. I said, take some of that negative energy. Go open a food drive or go help somebody out. You know what I mean? Do something positive with it. Plenty of people. This is what 100 people out here that need help. And you can be doing something positive with all that negative energy. Anytime I do demonstrations, everybody knows I go from one topic, which we did the white screens and all that, then we go to this topic over here, because I seen that sun coming up on this side. I was like, ooh, yeah, we got to get over and get the screen open up, because I like to do these demonstrations when we have plenty of light coming through the windows. How many people say that in their demonstrations? I can't wait for the light to come up, because I want to do a demonstration in the windows. Mine, the 17, I'm going to put that link to at the bottom. That 17 produced that image in that kitchen. Ooh, man. That kitchen's got more light than any place in the house. And that screen pulled up. I might have to get a test on this thing outside. Well, I'm going to have mine outside anyway. I got to start designing my blueprints. I can't wait till the weather gets warmer, because I got to take some stuff apart on the on my deck and start getting it ready for the new screen setup. And I will be doing ultra short though, 720p outside. Let's go to, let me see, here, here, and here. Let's do this one right here. Well, not that one. I don't know how people work in those stand-up desks. I couldn't do that. There's the 17. Light demonstration. Screen's not coming up dark. It's coming nice and bright on our end. TCL 4K demonstrations. We did this all day. Like I said, my technology can play in your backyard, no problem. We can pull white images, light images, the whole 9 yards. But like I said, that picture you painted, that screen's so dark you can't see it. Yeah. Okay. keep in mind, right here, my image and my technology is supposed to be so dark that you can't see any of this. No detail. All this should be so dark you can't see anything at all. The pink lips, you can't see nothing. Isn't that interesting? Your colors are fading on that screen. I'm gonna sit down here and relax for a little bit while this runs. Contrast test demonstrations. Nope. Contrast test demonstrations. Then all white levels, colors, 9 yards. Now it's time to switch over to contrast. We got plenty enough light pushing through the environment. Nice and bright in here as it should be. So let's begin on contrast. We'll start off with these first. And then we'll move on to the other ones. Let's sit back here and relax. It's a carnival, but I never noticed there's a carnival playing in that background over there. Okay. Let me see. LG beta fish. Football highlights.
Getting that from YouTube. With Infinity now, your test drive comes to you. So you can try.
Of the Rams are 2 for 8. Brady floats it. He's got Evans. What a throw and a sliding catch. And now they face another 3rd down. Brady throws. Passes there. Perfect from Brady to Godwin.
Tron Legacy.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color blue.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color green.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color green.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color gray.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color pink.
Getting that from YouTube.
Color brown.
Getting that from YouTube.
Brown screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
$4K flowers.
Getting that from YouTube.
4K red roses.
Getting that from YouTube.
4K red roses.
Getting that from
Doesn't really make a difference, does it? Not really. That's not gonna pick up. 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see. Now that one, that's already done. Might as well. The reason why the screen is coming up with that tannish look to it, it can't pick up color next to the black screen. That's why I show you the color patterns first, so you can see exactly how the screen is perceiving red, blue, green, different colors. And this is the reason why it's coming up with that tannish look to it. It's because it can't pick up color and it has no contrast, and the window light is fading the daylights out of it. This is the kind of stuff our screens have to go through. This is the testing our screens have to go through. This is the easy test for the technology. This stuff usually has to be tested. We do ambient light rejection tests outside. So this stuff has to be tested outside. And before any of this stuff can get a label, get that signature, whatever thing we give it to put on the website, it has to pass that 1,000 lumen test outside. So if it can pull that image outside, in here it's nothing. We got walls in here protecting the screen. This is nothing. That's why I said our tests are brutal. We don't do that whole, poorly lit environments, ambient light controlled environments. We don't do any of that. That's why none of the screens we bring in here can pass the test. They can't get through it because there used to be any of these comfortable, what do you call it? I don't want to put it like an insult, but it's kind of like, if a mother mothers a child too much, the child, I can't really say it either. I can't really put on that term either. Because they baby their screens. They do. They baby their screens. Are you kidding me? Why would you have it in an ambient light controlled environment, knowing if I put it in an environment like this, it's not going to do well, or anybody else environment? I know people who have far more light than I use in my environments. You walk through their house, you think you're walking through a storefront. But if you put your screen on that in that environment, and then keep in mind they're going to tell their customers, hey, look, well, it's not ambient light rejection, and that you have to use in an ambient light controlled environment. That's the same speech that I get from every projection screen company out there that will tell me that you have too much light in your environment. It has to be in an ambient light controlled environment. AKA, you just told me that your screen can't work in a fully lit environment. That's all. So I got to darken my environment to accommodate your screen. Oh, heck no. I like my environment. It's nice and bright in here. I should be able to look right outside my windows. As a matter of fact, I got a hawk's nest right about there. There's a hawk nest right in there. I'm gonna have to install me another camera. I'm gonna have to camouflage this one. You can't have a camera. See, my cameras are all pointed where my areas are at on my property. Can't exactly have invasion of somebody else's property. There's a rule book on these cameras, right? You really need to read through them. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna have to camouflage it and perch it up top so I can get the nest. There's a nest up there, and I want to see the birds up there. I like animals. I told you, I like to see my animals kind of flying off like that. And there's a hawk up there, and I want to be able to see that. I want to see what's going on in that nest. Yeah, like I said, I have to have myself in fully lit environments. Can't be in the screen worrying about fading and washing and calibrating the projector. I'm not doing that. I'm not calibrating jack. Like I said, it picks up the white levels. Any gray screen or silver, it's going to pick up white levels. It's just going to happen. That's why we do black silver screens. We do demonstrations on particularly the black silver. We would show off a lot of contrast on that screen. You heard me saying it on camera. There's no point in me doing any form of bright demonstrations on the black silver when the screen automatically has that ability to pull it up. We have to do something on the screen that it's not known for, and that is pulling a contrast level. I'm gonna skip forward on this one. Oh, we got that.
Ends Monday. Get 0% interest for 72 months on select Tempur-Pedic.
Real quick. And it's sort of like, but you want strictly the contrast, and you know the screen can't pull contrast. The fact that you just said that basically tells me, don't. That's what I said. Don't come in the room saying that, please. You're giving me ammunition. The best thing to do is just sit and watch. Just give you an idea. Like I said, stuff that we do on our everyday tests that I do are challenges. I'm not trying to brag here, but yeah, it's true. My everyday demonstrations that I do are challenges to other people. We do this every day on the screen. This is a normal. This is what the screen goes to. This is a normal day for the screen. Come in here, open up my curtains, show you a demonstration. This is normal for the screen. I gotta figure out that for breakfast. Sorry about that. I'm tired. I was up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't know why, but I was up. Until I get the demonstration done around 5. Everything I get done, then I got time to work on the other projects. I'm gonna make me some tea. I'm doing this. Oh, I knew this thing was leaking. I have to buy me another one. Okay, you know what? I like to put a little cough drops in my tea. Cough drops are fantastic. No cough drops here in a moment. Get up. I call this the tea room. Pour the teas over there. Over here. So trying to get all this done because, like I said, my kit's gonna be here today for my Oculus. I actually ordered a kit to dress them up. Ordered my own stuff because, like I said, I don't like the from the page I've been on. Everybody has the same skins. I want something different. I want something that stands everybody. So I bought some stuff for mine and hook mine up. I'm going to be doing that today. I'll be showing those off today. And also, too, I'll be finishing up the box downstairs since I got some free time. And then we still have to do a demonstration on the black rear projection screen, the Limitless. Because keep in mind, that technology is front and rear. And I got that 80-inch downstairs of clear. And I want to get that painted so I can do some demonstrations off that. I'm really looking forward to having some fun with that screen. I don't get a chance to play with the rear technology that much. You got to start doing more some more demonstrations on rear technology. We don't do enough of those as it is. So as you can see with the 17, which I'm going to display, this is our signature blackout cloth. We now have this in 235.1, which I cannot wait for my ViewSonic projector to get here. Price tag for my ViewSonic projector, $149 with free shipping. I got another NT projector for the kitchen downstairs, because like I said, that's the one in the gaming room. The one that got coated with that Apocalypse paint. That's going to be coming in soon. We're going to do an unboxing on both of those right there, so that's going to be great. So let me start tidying things down in here. Get things to normal. We don't need the overhead light because we got plenty of light coming through our windows. I'm going to have to get some kind of privacy blinds here for the windows, because I like the light that comes in, but I don't like the fact that, oh, there's my squirrels over there playing. See them right there running? They're playing. You can't see them. You can't see them. Yeah, they're running. I got to go feed them in a few minutes. But anyway, I like the light that comes in, but I don't like the fact that people can like walk in and just see like right into my house. So I'm going to get some veneer blinds that I can put here and here, so I can open these up. And then when I do the demonstrations, I can open the veneer here and they're here. And then we have plenty of window light coming. I'm not going to block the window light. I just want to close this up. I want to keep this open all day, but I can't. I can only keep that side open because that's where they golf at, and they're not going to be looking out the window anyway. So I want to have all this light pushing in. So what I'm going to do is get some veneers for here. Oh, I have veneer curtains. Yes, I do. I got ones for the other room. I'm going to look for those. Where did I put those curtains at? I don't know. That's fantastic. I have my windows open now. Yes, I knew I had a pair of these in the house. I knew I had a pair of them. Finally, I can have my windows open. I can't stand being in the dark. I hate it. You know, some people might think like, oh, this area is not that dark. To me, it's dark. I'm used to having a lot of light in my environment. That's why I said, when I move and get the other house, I'm going to have me a greenhouse built, a customized greenhouse built with tons of lighting. And I don't want that, what do you call it? They put wood in between. I want plexiglass, like strong plexiglass, so light can push through the glass. Oh yeah, I can't wait to get that built. That's gonna be doing my screens in there. All right, will these hang all the way down, or are these short? Or do I have to go order? Oh man, they're short. Let me see. Yeah, they're short, man. Oh no. All right, they're not that short. I can still work with these. I get about, it doesn't hit that far down, so I get a little bit more light in, so that's good. I like that. All right, then I can push these to the side. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna set these up later on the day. Not gonna have my windows open all the time. Not have to worry about shutting them by somebody looking down and watching and seeing my house. And please do not believe in the hype. If he comes on here and he says that, hey, look, my cinema mix is different, it pulls. No, it doesn't pull contrast levels. If it's anywhere the shade of these screens, it doesn't pull contrast level. You have to back that up. That means you're going to have to back it up now. You're going to have to do those contrast demonstrations to back it up. Where did the other part go? Somewhere around here. Here. There. Oh, the wrong piece of candy. Oh, that was nasty. I can't stand sour candy. a sour cough. There's nothing sour. And granted, I bought some lemon cough drops. I had them in there in my cough drop bin. And I thought I was grabbing a regular cough drop. I grabbed that. Ugh. This way, this way. All right, so let me show you. All right, so over here, we're going to show you two colors we have here real quick. So that one is a little darker. This one right here we're going to display is a little lighter. This would be the personal mix is actually lighter than the metallic mix. So you don't have to pull that contrast demonstration to do it. Let me see, I'm coming out of here real quick. All right, I'm going to say, what remote control is this going to? Pretty sure I had this right the first time. Let's see. Let's go over to, matter of fact, let's take this right here. So we're going to take this off the screen real quick so you can get an idea. All right. Let me show you the different colors here. One is actually darker than the other one, but not by much. Hear them? You can see both of them side by side. See how close they come together? Not by much. This one right here is, we're going to have to do a demonstration strictly with just these two screens side by side to see how close they blend. That we're going to have to do. Because that one right there, this is supposed to be the Metallica Mix 2.0. Right there. Let me get in there. We can have more light. Can't do this in here properly. All right, this is better. Because I don't want you to look at them and go, oh, they're both the same. No, they're about not the same. They're basically the same. Almost one's a darker shade than the other. That's basically about it. That's the only difference between the two. So right from the door, this one's going to pull a higher contrast than this one, of course, because like I said, it's darker. It's going to pull a higher contrast level. White level is going to be higher on this one, of course. But will they blend? That's the $1 million question. I'm curious to know about that one. See, curiosity. I'm gonna do that on 1,000 lumens. We don't need overkill on that, do we? We don't need overkill on that. Any 43s over here anywhere? No 43s. I guess we could do this downstairs. We're done with the upstairs screen. Let's go downstairs and have a look at this because I'm curious now. I gotta see this. I want to take this other screen with us too. I'm a little curious if it'll blend. How close do they come together? So we'll do it here. All right, we just clicked on my phone. Oh, update. That's all. Never thought before you became you. It's that curiosity, man. It's not the curiosity to find fault. It's the curiosity that I had it with my own stuff. And you watch me when I work with my own stuff. Okay, I wonder if I can hit it with this. What if we can hit it with that? What if we hit it with that? What would happen if we take it out there and we do this to it? We do that to it. I do it to my own stuff out of curiosity. That's what you want. You want that curiosity. You want to see exactly, you know, what may become of it. Could be something good, something bad. Gotta find out. So let's see how close they come. We got a big screen of this painted upstairs, so we're gonna bring that downstairs. All right. Let's see. Find me some power here. Some power. And Doug. All right. Never before became you. The black silver, we did the black silver against the black screens. Of course, black screens are going to pull up higher contrast levels, but they can blend in the black silvers, which we got videos on that. I did demonstrations against the exotics too, all together too. And I have a demonstration of the 9, the 12, and the platinum all together. I'll show you which is which. And keep in mind, the colors are weird. So They don't match anything we have over here to begin with. So we need a 4300 of them, Christie. That's enough power. Power! Let's go grab us some sample sheets. Let's get Crack Jackson. Crackin' Jackson. Jackson crackin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yesterday, like I said, I knew it was only a matter of time before one of them came in and started complaining, talking about, well, his sample sheet's not big enough. I was like, are you kidding me? You're gonna come here, have a conversation, ask me, was the sample sheet not big enough? Because there's nothing else you could argue about. Nothing. Demonstrations are done fair and by the book. But you can argue about the sample sheet. But you didn't know, previously, we painted 2 massive large sample sheets just for those 2 particular individuals. So when we pop up that giant screen, it's quiet then. Nice and quiet. This is what we used yesterday. Right there. All right. Now that's painted with this product right there. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's a song by Barry Manilow, and yes, I do listen to Barry Manilow. Song by Barry Manilow, man, that song is dark. I mean, it is dark. I never known Barry Manilow to sing any dark music, but man, that music is dark. I don't know if I'm saying it right. If it's Coco Cavan, that's one of them. That's Coco Cavan, that's what it is. But I'm probably butchering the name. Butchering the song. It's the name of the song. But anyway, I never really listened to the lyrics of the song. I kind of like the way it, the music, the way the song plays, you know what I mean? But I never really listened to it. One day, I was taking out the trash, and the song came on. No, I was humming it in my head. It got stuck in my head, it just popped up in my head. And I decided to listen to it on YouTube. Good gracious, Barry. Dude, you got a dark soul, man. That song is kind of dark. It is really dark. If you never listen, because a lot of instrumental in that song, a lot of music back and forth. For people, they get into the music, they don't listen to what the song is actually saying. There's actually a story in that song, and it's pretty jacked up. So eventually in this story, there are 2 young people that are working at this casino, which is named, he's singing in the song. It's just off topic and just basically sharing something with you. So anyway, they're singing. He's singing his song, and she's a waitress, and he works behind the bar. And apparently, this guy comes in. He's a big time mobster guy. Comes in, you know what I mean. And he flirts with her every time he comes in there. But this time he went in, he got a little handsy. So the guy, I think his name was Tony, jumps over the bar, and they start fighting, and a gun goes off, and Tony dies. He got killed. And her being so brokenhearted, this was her one true love. She lost her mind, and then years later, you would see her, and the casino closed down, and time went on, and people got old and whatever, and you see her in her old age still wearing or trying to wear the same outfit that she was wearing, still with the blood stain of the fellow who was shot, her love, and she was drinking herself to death. Messed up, jacked up. Barry has the dark side to Barry. So I was like, that's kind of messed up, man. Really? Yep. Barry's kind of dark. I really listened to the lyrics like I really did. I wish I didn't listen to the lyrics. It's kind of creepy. All right. So we have the personal mix and we have the Metallica Mix 2.0 side by side on there. Let's see if we get much of a difference, just out of curiosity. That's all. I wonder if I got the remote control to this downstairs. Would it be a Christmas miracle? Oh, right there. If it is this remote control, it'd be a Christmas miracle. I'll use some more controls left and right. I was supposed to be buying the sleeves for them, never got around to it. That's pretty good. Well, actually, we shouldn't have that one screen up there because that one screen is the same color of the screen, so that's stupid. My bad. This is the Metallica. This is the Metallica mix, but that whole screen is a Metallica mix also. This is the personal mix. The personal mix is lighter than the Metallica mix. The Metallica mix is actually darker. It's slightly a little darker, but I want to see how close they come up next to each other. If I were to put them side by side, because they look very close to each other, they do. Only off by, I say, a little bit of one's a little slightly tinted than the other one. So I'll put this right here, right there. All right. Let's see what we get. Let's expand my picture a little bit. Let's go over to, excuse me, people. Yeah, it is the right remote control. Oh my goodness, usually I never get that right. Let's go with white first. White screensaver. It does produce a little slightly higher white, but not by much. Not by much at all. We'll see. Red screen. Maybe I should get y'all closer than that. That way. I'm not too far away. You could be a little closer than that. There we go. I think that's perfect. Ain't much of a difference, to tell you the truth, really isn't. And I'm using the 4300 lumen Christie. We're not that far from the screen. This is how close we are to the screen. We're not that close to the screen, so there's no interference with light. Would never interference. We got 4300 lumen, 43 100 lumens traveling at a very short distance from the screen. Blue screen. Now I know for a fact that our pink screen and the ultralight gray screen are very light screens. They can't produce the contrast levels that the green and blue can produce because they're more darker colors. I know that for a fact, and you would see the difference. Definitely with the black silvers. Black silvers can mimic a black, but next side by side they can't do it when it comes to contrast levels. But if you take the black and you put on a color demonstration, it can blend into the lightness of the black silver. So like I said, each all have their own purpose. It's just you can tell one from another because none of them look alike at all, period, in any way whatsoever. That's too close of a shade. After the shades are too close together, and I was curious how that will look. Green screen. Green should show up pretty good on light screens. Now, see, now I have to question that Cinemax. How close does that come to the personal? Because the personal is very, very light. So we got a color change on here. Got this one right here. We can do this one right now. I'm not seeing any difference, people. Maybe a little slightly off by a little bit, but not by a large amount that's going to really change anything. Not by a large amount. How is he passing that as a different product? It's not a different product. It looks exactly the same. There's no difference. There should be some difference in there somewhere. Contrast demonstration. I don't expect it to pull a black image. I want to see how close it comes to looking like the other one. I'm not expecting that. Oh, okay. That definitely tells it right there. They're very, very so close together. It's not even funny. Now this would be a problem. This would be a problem if he basically charged different prices for one over another. Like if he charged like 85 or $100 for one and charged 75 for another, that would be a problem because then you'd be paying for something that would be the exact same thing as the other one. But he's not doing that. He's charging $75 a quart. So like I said, but there's no difference in one over the other. To tell you the truth, at the end of the day, it's pretty much they're both the same. There's not much of a difference at all. So yeah, I'll post in the bottom of the comment section my demonstration I did on my 3 screen paints. It was a 9, a platinum, and a 12 all together. We did them all together, and you can see how each screen has its own different colors, different shades, and how they react to different colors. I'll put that at the bottom also for you to see. But you got to show a huge difference. There has to be a huge difference there, seeing one over the other, and I'm not seeing it, not even in contrast. And I know they can't pull the contrast levels, but still, they're both doing the exact same thing. Now, what does that question? That questions if he's putting any effort in. If he's putting any effort into really making something different and something new, because I really don't see a difference here. It's almost like he shaded it a little bit darker than the other, and that was it. This is why there's no test underneath this stuff. There's no test underneath of it because they're both going to react the same way. Okay, contrast is slightly a little better on the other screen here. It's slightly a little better here, and it's a little lighter there. But not by much. Because the screen's a little darker than that one, but not by much. I'm going to show you something here. As far as I can be. So I'm going to keep it right here. I'm going to show you how close I have my projector right now. This is 4,300 lumens right now we're using. Let's clarify this a little better. Show you how close we are right now. This is how close. I just moved my projector up to the screen. That's 300 lumens. Let's see if we can see a difference here. Just pull the projector a little closer up to the screen. See if we're getting anything different. So I don't know if I got to do the research. I don't know if he did a comparison with these two, with this one and this one, and if he explained one on how its benefits over another. But I don't see. Only thing I see is one has a slight of a little higher contrast. But other than that, they're just the same almost. If you were sitting back at a distance, you wouldn't be able to tell one from another. See, the contrast is a little better here, right up in there. That's because it's a little darker. 4K fish. See what I mean? If you send back from a distance, you wouldn't notice it. You would not notice it at all. No, I told you, you wouldn't notice it. You wouldn't be able to tell one from the other. They're exactly, it's almost near exactly the same. Only they're off by shades. That's it. There's nothing in there that basically that would distinguish one over another. It's off by shades. So which means, bottom line is, one was just made actually darker than the other one. That's all, by a little bit. That's it. So I hate to say it and put it this way, but all the stuff that he was saying under one over another, there's no difference. Let's go with some 4K flowers. Nope, they're nearly both the same. Like I said, if he was charging 80 for one or different prices, I can see about why you'd be a little ticked. But then again, you have to understand that any logic or science that he put behind this screen saying it was this, that, and all the other is nothing. It's just like the other one. I gotta get a charger. It's exactly like the other screen. There ain't no real difference in it at all. It's just like it. I had to run and get some charger for my phone because it's dying on me. It's always dying on me. Yeah, it looks exactly alike. I was walking up the stairs, it still looks exactly like. All right, so he has a darker screen paint. This is the darkest screen paint he makes, which is actually his UV mix. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, it pulls the contrast level, but it struggles with whites. It has a really hard time dealing with white levels. And it comes up really dark on the white levels. Now, we've already tested this already against our technology. It's not going to pull a black contrast next to a black screen. It's not going to. We already did that one already. So, there we go. This is the UV mix. Make sure we got on the right side here. That's the UV mix right there. See that a little better there? Yeah, here we go. You can see it. There we go. No, it's the only issues with the UV mixes. The UV mix has the problem with pulling white levels. It can pull contrast, but it doesn't pull white level too well. All right, so let's get this plan. As you see, we already went upstairs and we did our demonstrations with the UV mix on our white levels. We did all of them with our white levels. So let's do them all by themselves. And the other personal mix and the other paint, yeah, that's it. They're blending quite well. Even with the UV mix, it's not by much. Even though the screen is much darker, it isn't by much. Let's go again with the colors again. Now see where it comes up. The color is not as bright, it's darker. White screen. There you go. I told you can't put white level. The problem with the UV mix is that it struggles with white levels really bad. The reds come up better, of course, because it's a darker screen, but the white levels suffer. So the contrast levels are way too high in that screen.
I wasn't born in the spotlight. No. Had a ground shot.
LG snowboarding demonstration. See, to pick up the contrast, it can't pick the white levels up. And that's 17 upstairs, side by side, next to this light gray, the Metallica 2.0, and we did the personal mix. My screen never came out that dark, because that screen can pull a white level. It can pick up and read white levels. That's not picking up a white level at all. J&K 4K demonstration. Like I said, it'll pull contrast, but to a certain degree. It can't pull 100% black level. I'm going to go to this one particular demonstration I want to see on here. I want to see those white skin tones. So, well, white screen can't produce white levels. So it's one screen that produces too high of a white level. One produces too high of a contrast level. It doesn't produce white levels. See that? One can produce the white levels, but can't produce contrast, and the other one can produce contrast, but no white levels. And meanwhile, the Metallica mix is blended into the personal mix at the same time. Only off by one slight little thin shade. That's it. Starfield demonstration. Now, of course, it's going to pull up a darker Starfield. That's just common sense. But now, next to black screens, it comes up gray. So this is, we're in his category right now. So let's pull the Starfield. It's either one or the other. There's no in between. That's the problem. Even screens that are blue can do in betweens. So you have one or the other. White Snow 4K. See? What I find even more interesting, how these two right here, like I said, the metallic and personal, they look just like, exactly alike. Only off by one little slim shade, that's it. And like I said, I hate to say it, but we've already did the personal mix. We did the personal mix with the free screen paint we made online. That's not a good sign. That's a very bad sign. That's a very bad sign. I hate to put it to you, buddy, but that's a bad, bad sign. The personal mix is the one we made online for free that you showed us how to make on your channel. Just being honest with you, we made it on your channel. You deleted that video. We found the video. You deleted it. We made the product. We made the free mix that you have online, which unfortunately is called a Metallica mix. And that's what you have in that container. And you can sit there and say, well, I knew. No, you didn't know. You didn't know the customer who purchased it. If you did, you would have canceled the order just like you canceled the order. So you didn't know. You didn't know who was who made the order. You were even shocked when you found out we had one coming our way. So you didn't know. So all your product, I hate to say it, and it is what it is, man. I hate to say it. It's a bit of a shocker, but it is what it is. It is what it is. My projector, it's 4,300 lumens, and look how close it's sitting to the screen at 4,300 lumens. And there's no difference. That was the shortest demonstration I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's go with Philips 4K demonstration. That's a good one. We'll get a chance to see the colors in that one. Yeah, I'm not going to say much, man, but all I got to say is, look, from the door, these screens are matching too close. Way, way, way too close to matching. The personal mix, Like I said, we made a batch of that from the free screen paint you offered online for free. That is unfortunately the video you deleted from your account. And that's the paint we made for free. And we matched that screen with that free paint that you showed us how to make online. We didn't make it ourselves. We copied your demonstration on how to make it. And it matched perfectly to the personal. And the personal mix now is matching almost personal, very close to the Metallica mix 2.0. And if he sits there and says, well, I knew, no, you didn't know. Because if you knew, you would have canceled the order along with the multiple orders we have tried to order through you. If that was the case, we wouldn't have been able to make the order ourselves without worrying about it being canceled. The fact that we have our hands on this right now shows that you didn't know who placed that order. So you can't use that as an excuse. So the bigger question is, how close does the cinema mix come to the personal mix? Any screen that matches that personal mix is basically under that free screen paint that he gave up for free years back. And like I said, this is not a video that had like 5,000, had 27,000 hits on it. It was floating around for a while. It's only off by a little slight margin of contrast because one's slightly darker than the other. But other than that, standing back, you couldn't tell one from the other. I don't know what to say about that one. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I mean, like I said, the product works, it does. It's not on our technology's level, but as for this road right here, I don't know what to say about that one. That's crazy. That's a bit crazy that it's matching that well. And that personal mix, you don't want anything matching that paint at all, period, because that's the paint we made for free online under your video that you deleted. And if it's matching this one that well, that means it's not that far off on what you explained on how to make it. Which means, I hate to say it, and I really do, black and white paint, because that's what made that, that's what we made off your video. That's probably the reason why you were canceling our orders left and right. But you know, if I'm going to pick up on this, somebody else would have picked up on this also. Red. It's very, very close. Extremely close. Blue. Blue screen. You know the difference when you take our technology and stick it against your technology? That whole blue screen, your screen looks like this. My screen actually looks blue. So there's a huge difference between that. That is way too close. The color yellow. Oops. We got a battery down over here. I forgot. I have a phone charged in over here. Yeah, that's very close, man. It's very, very close. Yeah, it's very close.
How great is it that we get to tell everybody how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need? Hey, sorry. Oh, what? How many of you? Nobody. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
I'm gonna tell you something. What he should have did, to be fair to his customers, what he should have did, knowing that. Now he got mad at us when we did that demonstration, because he felt that we basically did him wrong. How would I have done you wrong? It was your video. You was in the video showing people how to make your screen paint for free. All I did was just go in and copy your demonstration, which you had posted on your YouTube channel, make the product, and then put it against the personal mix, which it blended perfectly together with. So you can't be mad at me over that. That's you. What you should have did, you should have basically did one of your Q&As and gave an apology to your customers. And then from now on, to build to gain their trust, you should have done every screen paint you ever developed under the personal mix, showing that they have nothing in common. That's what you should have did, but you didn't do that. But deleting the video was bad because that just clearly shows you're guilty when you do something like that. But that looks so much alike, it's not even funny. OLED fish, LG. Now, I'm going to put the video at the bottom where you're not going to find the video. You can search all you want. You're not going to find it. The video of him making the free screen paint, you're not going to find it. Now, in his defense, let me explain something to you. When Jamie, or however what he calls himself, Crow, first started off, he used to give this product out for free. That's how he first started off. Tutorial videos and showing people how to get the product, making different screen paints and stuff like that. At that particular time, I didn't even know who he was or if he ever existed. And we were selling it, which, you know, my Lord blessed me with the gift to be able to make this paint, and he blessed me with the ability to be able to sell my product, which I have a right to. I have a right to sell my product. He got mad over the fact that he wanted information from us when he came across us, and we refused to give him that information, what was in our ingredients, and that's what started this back and forth with him. So bottom line is, with Superman, with another guy called Superman Zone, I think something 80 something, there was a bunch of them. Sonic, all of them used to make screen paint. And eventually down the line, these guys started disappearing because they were sharing secrets back and forth with you-know-who, and he wasn't doing things right with these particular people. That's why they're not here anymore. You thought you could do the same thing to us, but you had another thing coming. I am not someone to push around or play around with. So you wanted to go back and forth with this little thing with me, and at the end of the day, as I said, you try to do these things against me, and at the end of the day, I end up showing you for who you are every single time. It's kind of like watching the Roadrunner. So the only difference between this time and now is because you violated a serious copyright, and that is going to land you in a ton of trouble right there. So there's no way to get out of that one right there altogether. So that's where you went a little too far with it. Now understand this. The product, when he was giving away the product for free, that was one of the videos that he had out there floating around, that he was showing people how to make free product, how to make the paint for free. But eventually down the line, he started selling it. And I'm just saying that, you know, maybe you should have deleted the video or something, but you still had the video floating around long enough to get 27,000 hits on it. Sooner or later, I can't be the only person that could have figured it out, that could have went there and go, well, wait a minute, he has this free paint. What is the odds of me making this and matching this with that? And that's what I did. I followed your tutorial. I made the product online, live, and it matched perfectly to the other screen. So you can't be mad over me over that. So this is the personal mix that I paid $107 for, and I could have made gallons of it for free. Now, the reason why I could do that easily is because you have no form of test behind your product. Nothing at all. This is the reason why you went online, you got mad, and you said, I'm going to make the 12. Go ahead and make the 12. You can't pass any of the tests for the 12. Your screen paints can't even pass any of the demonstrations for the 12. And just to add insult to injury, I gave you permission to make all of those exotic 15s sitting on my kitchen table over there. Gave you permission. You have not made one of them. You know why? You can't. There's no way in the world you could ever do that. Come in and make a product in 20 minutes, produce a demonstration, pass all tests in the same day live, and then try to figure out the color of the product alone? You couldn't do it. So if you couldn't do any of those, you didn't make the 12 because you didn't pass any of the 12 demonstrations, which the 12 clearly next to your screen was able to outperform your screen with not a problem. The 17 did it without a problem, and the 17 is darker than the 12. The exotic did it with no problem, and the exotics are blue. So you never made any of our products. A bunch of hoopla nonsense. because you can't pass any of the tests. And the reason why you can't pass the test is because your product can't even pass the test because you don't put it under any form of serious testing. And that's why it was so easy for us to match it and do none of the tests, because there are no tests. If you had a bunch of crazy tests behind it, I was like, I would have to go through all these tests in order to show that it actually works just like yours. But there's no tests. In the dark, the high-powered projector, I got high-powered projectors upstairs right now. And it's easy, turn the lights out. So you don't have anything to back it up on whether it is or not. It just matches perfectly. So it's only a matter of time for someone's going to come in, because you deleted the video so no one else could go in and do the same thing we just did. But we have a recording of it on YouTube of us following your video, doing the demonstration. So you need to go back and explain to your customers, or you need to go back and start all your demonstrations off with that free mix that you made and show that, hey, look, even though this is something free, I was getting it for free. I sell my product now. All right. I have to make a living. I can't give out stuff for free. People understand that, and say that this has nothing to do with this product at all, or apologize to your customers. But instead you get mad and you go and try to make mine 12. Yeah, good luck with that one, because you didn't pass any of the tests under 12. You made a product. And when my friends, people I do business with, people who have certain contracts with me, and they've been with me for a while. I mean, wow. Before I made the announcement, I'm not doing any more new contracts. Some of them know some of the ingredients that goes into a 12. And they were laughing their behinds off, because what you presented has nothing to do with a 12. That's why you couldn't do any of the tests live, because you didn't really have the paint to begin with. You got to do the tests to match up. So that's why we didn't care. And that's why every day when my table over there, as I said before, my blessings come from God. And they do. My knowledge comes from God. And what did I say? My table will remain blessed. And it does. Every time I go over Friday, I go to my work to ship up for my customers, my table remains blessed. No matter what you try to do or try to make, at the end of the day, people trust my product because they trust the demonstrations and the tests I perform under my product, which you don't do at all. So you need to go in there and apologize to your customers, and you need to go on, from now on, any demonstrations that you do under any screen paint, you need to compare it with that free screen paint that you were giving out for free. So that's how that video became what it was. A long time ago, he used to give his products out for free. He doesn't do it anymore because he explained it costs money. And I can understand that. But you need to be honest with your customers, because this stuff is matching very, very close to your screen. And as I said before, everybody knows if I say something, I always back it up. So I have video demonstrations of the 9, the Platinum, and the 12 all together. I have demonstrations with the multiple exotic screens all together being tested, showing which ones are which. We have to do that because with our customers, they're going to think maybe the pink unicorn may have the same contrast levels as a dark hazel. So you have to be to see both of them together to see which one's which. And as you can see, both screens do not share the exact same color shade in any way whatsoever. One's pink and the other one's kind of a hazel chestnut. Even the screen we have in there is a mustard, midnight mustard. It's mustard color, a dark mustard. Let's see, what did he say? He said, did a 12-year-old come up with the name? I'm sorry, sir, we don't entertain adolescents, so goodbye. So, like I said, a 12-year name? Actually, all my names come from the Lord and Savior. All my names for all my products come from my Lord and Savior. And when I made the pink unicorn, by the way, if you've seen the demonstrations on that technology, it is quite gorgeous. So, yes, all my names come from my Lord and Savior. So, if you're going to make a mockery toward me, you can make a mockery toward him. Okay, there you go. So anyway, the bottom line is this. From now on, if he makes anything new, he needs to test it under that personal mix. And that thing looks too close like the other one. It does. Too close. I hope that name you have, Lord and God, is not a mockery of God. And you're not coming here to troll because you're messing with the Lord. I love it. I'm going to tell you something, one thing. One of the things I will never understand in life, and I will never understand as long as I live. I love how people will take God as a joke. And they do. They will take God as a joke. They figure, what's he going to do? You do know that your very heartbeat, your pulse right now, that's fluctuating, it's allowing you to live right now, to function, to breathe, to do everything that you want to do is under God's control. And I could never understand why people don't fear God. Never could understand that. I watch these documentaries, this is off topic, on these preachers that steal thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from God. No fear, nothing. Fancy cars and vacations and all this stuff, no fear, nothing. One guy actually went on stage and he started ranting about how he wanted $1 billion jet. You need $1 billion jet just to save souls. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're stealing from God. You don't gotta, people understand, when you go to sleep, you can't defend yourself. You know that, right? Anything can happen. A chunk in your ceiling could crack open and just smash you right in your sleep, kill you. Your house could collapse. Your floor could go underneath of you. Anything could happen to you in your sleep. Anything can happen to you in the middle of the day. And yet these people steal from God and think they're going to get away from it. It's crazy. Just like when I see people disrespecting me. At the end of the day, let me tell you something, people. I have to do honest demonstrations right from the door. That's why all my demonstrations are done live, so everybody can see everything that they need to see. Right out in the open. We don't cut corners. We don't do any of that nonsense at all, period. You got to do everything by the book. If I'm expecting for the Lord to bless my hand and to give me the things that I need through the day, to be able to do every single day, I have to be honest and upfront with my customers. That's why I took his screen paint. That's why I put it against my 17. That's why I put it against my 12. I didn't show comfortable levels on my screen that would only make my screen look good. I showed white levels. I showed colors. I showed contrast. I showed the whole 9 yards, everything. So if he feels in any way that I have done him wrong, he can repeat the exact same demonstrations I just did upstairs. As for this stuff right here, man, that is too close. It is too close to looking exactly like the other one. It's too close. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to let you do it on your own. You figure it out on your own. You figure it out on your own. So that's why I can come in here and turn my screen on and say, See? This is where the screen had a problem struggling with. Wow. I'm not saying, like I said, I could easily throw this in his face very easily. But nope. Nah. That's for y'all to decide. Y'all decide on that one. That's y'all. Now, why I get my extension cord, you can watch my screen in a fully lit environment with both my windows open. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look at some fish. Deep blue ocean 4K fish. Let's see which one we want to go with. We'll do this one. Easy. Color sun wash. It's like having a TV all day. It's like having a TV. Colors don't wash out from edge to edge to edge. I can have my windows open. And I can enjoy my screen. I can even see if that TV right there is blocking my security monitor. Let's move that out of the window. Y'all can't do this. There you go. Is that enough light for you right there? There's my screen right there. There you go. I got something for you. I'm going to show you something. Now, if you feel that I've done him wrong, do the exact same demonstration I'm about to do right now and post at the bottom. Because in the demonstration I did here, I showed my white levels right next to his screen. Go back and rewind the video. Yep, I showed white levels crystal clear. Now, if I can display that on my screen next to his screen showing white levels, you should be to do a star field demonstration on your screen in a fully lit environment, and I want you to post it below. Star field demonstration. And we'll come back here and check and see how many you've done it. Because I can come in here and I can do snow, whatever, right next to a screen. So if I can do that, that means you can do a star field demonstration, right? Star field demonstration. Starfield demonstration. And thank you for posting that, because I said this is being recorded. I just turned my camera on to record for anyone who wants to post anything crazy, and thank you for doing that. Because I said at the end of the day, my attorneys will be at his front door and we will be filing that lawsuit. So all you're doing is just giving us ammunition. That's all. At the end of the day, my attorneys will be contacting Mr. Crow and we will be filing a class action lawsuit against him. And you're proof of it. But thank you so much, because all that's being recorded and sent to my attorneys. We got Carl. Thank you so much. And it can be dummy accounts, but your IP is not a dummy account. Just to let you know, you will be traced. And you can be dropped in. And keep in mind, once we trace your IP address, you can sit right in with that lawsuit and you will see my face. Trust me. You can make a fake account. Your IP address is always the same. We'll be contacting YouTube's legal department soon. Okay, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstrations. For the individuals who felt the need to do something stupid like that, yeah, I'm going to see if my lawyer can get you a little jail time. Trust me. We'll be seeing you soon. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless. Oh, and by the way, Crow, we have your address.